and some of the things that you got up to, being there when you grew up in Ireland, some of the activities that you were engaged in, what were some of those?
A lot of things. Hobbies were sports. Sports is big. Touch footy and basketball.
Football culture.
Football culture. Everyone wants to be Matty Bowen. Everyone wants to be Jonathan Thurston.
I always say, they ask me, what religion they practice up in the Torres Strait? I say, football.
Football. They will literally stop a cultural initiation for Island of Origin to commence that weekend. So don't be surprised if you don't reach manhood that weekend, because you will be told to man up on the football field.
I mean this in a good way. Like, I understand.
In a good way.
Because that's the warrior mindset, right?
100%. No, but I think just, like football growing up, basketball. My big thing was music. So I got told to go and help my uncle one afternoon, go and do dump runs at his house, empty out all the stuff in the backyard. And by the time he went into the spare room, he told me to grab the guitar that was in the corner plus a basket of clothes to chuck in the ute, because we were going to take it to the dump. And I looked at the guitar, and the guitar looked like it was still in good condition. And then I asked him, Uncle, like, how come you're chucking your guitar away? And he said to me, like, meaning like, that's not my stuff. Like, it isn't mine. So I said to him, well, can I have it? And he goes, well, take it. It's rubbish to me. I said, all right, then, well, I'm going to have it. So I took that guitar after doing the dump run, and went back home and asked my school teacher the next day if he could show me how to put strings on a guitar. I got A's that semester, which resulted in a packet of strings, which my school teacher bought. So he restrung that guitar for me, and that was those strings lasted me 3 years. And that's because I would play every day, but to a certain extent, because I knew if I broke a string, I had no, like, my grandmother and grandfather don't know anything about it. They only know when to tell me to be quiet, because I always kept playing the guitar. But afternoons consisted of finishing school, going to Acapola's house to buy 50-cent icy cups, and salty plum, and kulsi. And then if you didn't make it there, you would then proceed to Atemanto's house, or the Tamwoy residence, to grab mangoes, half ripe, and eat that on the way to the wharf, and then go fishing. And then it was a competition then who would catch the biggest fish out of the boys. And then whoever caught the biggest fish, or the most fish, that was then the talk of the town at school next day. I was like, oh, did you hear Chris caught 2 fish? Oh, so I caught a bigger one than you. This 9-year-old goss.
Yes, that's what it is. And then, pretty similar island lifestyle. I love it. Like, even now when I go back up, my first thing I do is jump in the dinghy guard and just either float there, because there's the serenity that you're disconnected from everything, and you just reconnected to the environment that you come from.
100%.
And I love that feeling. And, I know, even more so in this last few years, I've introduced cultural values and knowledge from the upbringing into my business world or into my practices. For instance, I remember the responsibility of giving. When I was about 5, 6, I went down to the wharf. I caught my first fish. All my first fishes, all the Trevallios, whitefish.
Yep.
Take it home, and my aka at that time, my grandmother told me, she was proud that I went down and caught this fish by myself. Told me, take this fish, go give it for that elder that stayed on the corner, a traditional owner, but then I'm not a pay. I can remember my name. And I went and just gave it to her. I didn't ask the questions why. So gave it to her when I come back. When I got back, she said, you will have thousands of blessings. And then the afternoon, all the markers will bring a damper come now. Bless the house with food. And then that was the context where I understood that as now a responsible young boy, I can provide, therefore I should give. And those are some of the small things that I've learned along with my practices.